Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Taurus, we're just doing open messages this week. I'm going to start with the Divine Animal Oracle deck. And then we're going to go into the Dreamscape Tarot. Tarot of Dreams. No, it's the Tarot of Dreams. That's what it is. All right, Taurus. Let's see, Bovine babies, what is going on? What do we have for Taurus here? What's going on for Taurus? Taurus. Okay, that did ended up on top. There is always enough. Koi fish spirit. I'm intrigued to take this one too. Electric eel spirit. Bring your ideas to life. Wow, your ideas are more than enough to get you going. There you go. That's interesting. Take a leap of faith. Grasshopper spirit. Wow. Okay, your message is really clear. So, I don't know what idea you have here. You should start actualizing it, like start formulating it into the 3D. I feel like your idea is more than enough to get you going on something here. If you're afraid that maybe you don't know, like let's say you have a plan or a goal for yourself, right? And it's like 20 steps ahead. But you've got an idea that takes you maybe the first 2 to 5 steps. You're thinking, well, right, because there's a leap of faith that's required here. It's like, well, but I don't know how to get all the way to the end. There is always enough. It feels like, no, you're going to get what you need when you need it. You know, like as you're planning here to move forward, to do something, you'll get what you need to do that. Take a leap of faith. You'll always have enough to get your ideas flowing. So there. You know, maybe you don't see every step along the way, but you take a leap of faith. The steps will be shown to you as you need to see them. Or you'll come up with the ideas you need. I'm really getting that. Like, your ideas are always enough. Bring them to life. They're more. So that also feels like whatever idea you have is more than enough you've got enough behind it or enough supporting it to make it actually become something. Well, the 7 of Wands. You might be defensive about your own ideas. The Hanged Man. The 5 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. Under the Hanged Man, you have the 4 of Wands. Under the 5 of Cups, wow, you have the Tower. Under the 10 of Cups, you have the Palace of Swords. Okay, remember you had take a leap of faith with the grasshopper as an underline. And then with this deck, you have Judgment, Palace of Cups, King of Coins, Faith card, which is the Hierophant, the Sun, and the Queen of Wands. All right, this is like a rockin' new beginning. Describe it. This is like a rockin' new beginning, honey. It's there's a deep, okay, it's a second opportunity. It's like a second opportunity with Judgment, a second opportunity, a new beginning. But it's solid, honey. Solid. Like this Palace of Cups is the safest place that emotions can actually be. It's also, like, it is, it's protected from anything outside getting to it. Like, it's just... So if you have like your own emotional context in anything right now, if you're having a new beginning, you're having a second chance at life, or you're even just thinking about it, because, you know, take a leap of faith. Like, nothing can rock this emotional stability. And then to even just say that, and then you have like the King of Coins and the Faith card. Like, well, have faith. That might be the one thing that is really, really required of you. Would take a leap of faith. Have faith. And it is the Hierophant card. So have faith in you. You know what I said? Because you pulled out the Seven of Wands that directly came in with, there is always enough. Bring your ideas to life. What the hell are you worried about? You don't have enough? You got enough. You got enough to do this. You are enough to do this. I think that, yeah. And then you have the Sun and the Queen of Wands. My gosh. It like just, this is great. This is great energy. I mean, whatever this idea is, you're going to shine with it. This is something you're really kind of meant to do. Don't not hesitate, my friends, because this is a rockin' new beginning. Love that. It's a rockin' new beginning. Oh, yeah, so these cards. What's going on here? What is going on here? You have another Palace, right? You have the Palace of Swords. Ooh, I like that. Both your emotions and your mind are like very clear. They're probably at a very high frequency and kind of like untouched. They cannot be touched by other things. So in terms of two strong navigating forces that you have within you, they are on point, baby. They're on point and untouchable. That's some good shit. Okay. The Hangman with the Four of Wands. The Five of Cups with the Tower. I gotta want to say that you've taken some time here to really think about what it is that you want. And when I say what it is that you really want, this is like opening the door to some sort of new cycle for you. And this is like, this feels important to you. And maybe that's why you have, I don't know if it's hesitation, if it's actually like physical hesitation, like not doing something when you feel like you should do it. Or if it's just like, even just like holding yourself back somehow. And maybe other people have told you you can't do something with the Seven of Wands. But I really like the fact that you have the Palace of Cups and Swords. To me, those are the ways we navigate each other, you know, like through our intellect, our mind, and our intuition. And then through our emotions, our feelings, our deeper self, and our intuition, right? Like these are the two strong guiding systems to me as a reader and as a person. And they're the highest cards you can get in those suits right now. And these palaces are known in this deck as like, this is a place beyond the kings. This is where the kings and queens go. And it's not like a Ten of Pentacles. Because the Ten of Pentacles, honestly, it's below the kings and queens if you honestly think about it. Because not even yeah, this comes in after those. So this is a pretty, you can trust yourself. How would I say that? Like you should really trust yourself right now. And whatever this is that you want, I feel like you've taken like quite a bit, maybe you've sacrificed some time away from it. It's time to make a big change. That's the other thing I would say. Because with this Five of Cups in the Tower, now I feel like it is. Like it's time, if you've made a sacrifice about something that you really want, that you really desire, like you feel it, like it's just disappointing to have to do that. I don't know, stop doing it. Really. Because then you have the Ten of Cups. And this is a dream you have for your family. Like something that you would like to fulfill. But you feel like, you know what, maybe my dreams are silly. Or maybe, you know, I don't have enough backing my dreams. The universe is saying, you got more than enough, honey. And this underline, like that is a rockin' new beginning. So let's go to the witches, the everyday witches, the teeny tiny ones like that. Why is the Seven of Wands here with bringing your ideas to life? I don't know, maybe you've had some ideas in the past didn't work out so well. We all do. But you know, I was watching something the other day, and they didn't say this, but I remember hearing it in another show or documentary or something. It was a cheetah. And this cheetah saw like one of those little gazelle guys or whatever they are that they chase planes. And he was maneuvering around a tree so that he wasn't seen, and it came really close to him, and then he ended up catching it. But I remember hearing once that, I don't know if it was just cheetahs or just pretty much all hunts in general, that they were pretty much 75% unsuccessful. I thought, holy shit. You know, like that kind of came back into my head. I know I've heard that somewhere. It's a big number. It's like 70 to 80% of the time it's unsuccessful. And if you think about that, they never stop trying, right? If they did, they die. They'd go hungry. But they don't go like, shit, every time I try right now, I'm failing. Because it is that and more, 70 to 80% of, like, to have a 30 to 20% success rate, it shouldn't be a reason to hold you back. Because you're going to miss the successes if you do, right? They'll stop winning. So I don't know, because the Seven of Wands, why? Bring right this to life, the Seven of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles, so get on with it. Do it. You know, maybe you need to start taking some small steps. But I really honestly feel like there's something here about, you know, there's 10 steps that I need to do here. And I only know what the first 2 to 5 are. Take them. Take them, because that's part of the plan. It'll continue to lay out for you. Maybe you've been really slow with the plan up to this point, right? Because then you have the Tower. That just feels like something dramatically changes. So maybe it's time to really get in there. I don't know. You got more than enough to be successful. The Hanged Man and the Four of Wands. Where's the Eight of Wands? Right, like you've been holding yourself back. You should stop doing that. What the cards say. You do what you want, but just saying. Five of Cups in the Tower. Oh. Look at this. This is beautiful. The King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. There's some deep emotion here, right? Because you've got the Palace of Cups. Well, and that's who would go there. The King of Cups would be in the Palace of Cups. With the Ace of Cups, that's nice. So, this is a dramatic change in your circumstances where you could perhaps go from a place of feeling vulnerable emotionally to experiencing some feelings here that are kind of unchangeable. And I'm saying that because you have the Palace. So, you know, well, everything can change eventually, but the way it's showing up right now, this is a rockin' new beginning. And this is a very stable emotional place. And that could be like the sudden, wow, really? Like this Tower feels pretty good. Like, so there's the potential here to change things for yourself dramatically. But these are really good changes. They feel really good. The Ten of Cups and the Palace of Swords. This is like, you know where your happiness is. You know who you grow it with. You know. And nothing can change that. The Eight of Pentacles and the Moon. And then the Two of Swords. So whatever your idea is, or maybe, I don't know. It's almost like you can't see. You're not sure about something. Eight of Pentacles. The Moon. And the Two of Swords. Again, it's like, well, how do I master this? How do I put the work in? I don't think you need to know that. It's just going to happen. Oh, maybe, you know, I would look at this deck too, these cards. And I could say, like, I could be reading for someone here who's maybe never been in a long-term committed relationship, because you have the Four of Wands and then you have this Ten of Cups, this happy family behind the door. And you have the Hierophant card, which can also symbolize like major commitments here. Maybe like you could be thinking like, there's never enough. Or you're never enough. I'm not sure. Or things just don't work out. I don't know what this thought is. But this is honestly like to say, like, you don't need to know how to get to the end of the rainbow. Like, if you're thinking to yourself, like maybe you know someone who's been in a long-term relationship, but it's a really good relationship. Like it's an excellent example of a really good partnership. It could be marriage or it could be business, could be, many different things. But it's as if like you have enough to get this going and get this started, but you're kind of unsure about how to get it to the end and get it there good. Well, none of us know, right? Like none of us really know. You just got to go in and start building. And that's what this is saying to you. You just have to take a leap of faith. So I feel like I could even be talking to someone who, it could be a big project. It could be someone who's been in long-term relationships in the past. You have the Judgment card, so that gives us a sense of like a second chance at life here. Or, you've just never done it and you're like, I'm not sure. Will this be successful? Maybe I shouldn't start because it won't be. Well, I don't think that's ever a good reason not to do something. Because anything could end up not successful. So if you always go make that choice, right? Like, well, you're never going to try anything. It's like the cheetah. If the cheetah is not successful for 70% of the time, out of 100 attempts, well, okay, they've done 70 tries here. But you probably, that you're going to get wins every once in a while in that. But let's just say they did 70 attempts. It's a new cheetah. It's a young cheetah hunting on its own. 70 tries. If it stopped right there, it would starve to death and die. That would be it. Yeah, that's how you don't succeed, by not continuing to try. Because the 71st attempt ends up being successful. There are droughts and there are prosperity. You, my friend, you have a rockin' new beginning. I could say, take a leap of faith here. All right, take a leap of faith. Taurus got a rockin' new beginning. The High Priestess. Like, oh, I don't know what. You don't have to know. You don't have to know how this is going to end. I mean, it looks like it's going to end well. But you have to make it as you go. It's kind of like artwork. I mean, being an artist. I haven't done it in a while. You can have a vision, right? And then halfway through the piece, it somehow changes, or the color scheme changes, or the balance in it. I don't know. And then you look back on it and you say, this ended up being a lot better than what my original plan was, Because you grow and change while you're also making that piece of artwork. You grow and adapt, like any piece of artwork. Some people can do them quite quickly, but, some people can take months to finish something. And your vision and your insight into life changes. So your art piece will too. And the art piece being your life, your relationships. Okay, you have the Four of Wands, the Queen of Wands. Justice. The Nine of Swords. Oh. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. There's more to come. Now this looks like, the Four of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Isn't this a great celebration? And then just like there's something here about, I'm going to say independence. Independence. But then justice comes in and mental anxiety and the Queen of Pentacles. So some of you might be apprehensive about long-term commitments or relationships because you're worried about losing a sense of independence. It could or may not be independence, or maybe you're dealing with someone who has those thoughts. But I want to say it's self-expression and being tied to an expected role or a way of playing that out. Oh, right. Okay, now that makes sense, because then you have the Hanged Man and the Six of Wands, the Eight of Cups and the Three of Cups. I'm wondering if some of you have had, or your own parents, you've seen them sacrifice maybe friendships even too. Sacrifice friendships in replacement for like responsibility. But, you know, honestly, this looks like you can find success in a different way. Like you can connect to the things that you may have even disconnected from. Oh, maybe some of you are in like a relationship and you're like right now thinking, I've lost a part of myself in that. Can I ever find that again? Is it okay to go out with friends that maybe are still single? Yeah, you can. Like, and there's a new beginning here for you. So however that plays, like whatever, you know, whatever way that resonates for you, you can find yourself again in a way, right? So hey, I'm going to go do the extended, Taurus. I'm just pulling out cards in the extended. I'm using the fairies, and we're going to see what they have to say to you over there. Until next time, bovine babies, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.